Hey, I'm back and my phone is charged, so I'm back on a tripod here, so hopefully things will be a little bit better. I don't really have a immediate solution. I do have some extra tiles that are used for scenarios, so I'm thinking maybe I can grab one of those and put it in. It did cross my mind that, hey, maybe it's lost in all of this, but it's not. It's not in none of this, and that's crazy talk that I'm missing a Y city. Remember, I was telling you Y cities are so precious. Well, we're just gonna have to remember there's one more. Okay, so we just unlocked Gray's. That was Mitty's turn, and so after Mitty is Lawnmower, and so he did lay his track, but he still needs to do his run. So Lawnmower is sitting on a 6+6 and a 4+4, and I'm pretty darn sure that GSWR was supposed to buy that 4+4 from him. He was, and forgive me, it's just a matter of me forgetting as I play the game. So GSWR was going to buy the 4+4s from both GWR and from GSW. So I don't know if you, let's see here. Yeah, you can see here that there's two 3+3s that he's going to give up, and we're going to take a 4+4 from GWR and a 4+4 from Lawnmower. And it's no big deal because Lawnmower hasn't run yet, but this was supposed to be done when GSWR took its turn. I was just in a rush and I forgot. So the 4 trains are $175 to each of them. So $175 would go to Lawnmower and $175 would go to GWR. And so now that sets the stage for them to be able to buy a train. That was absolutely what they wanted to do, and my apologies for forgetting that. Okay, so that means Lawnmower only has a 6+6. It does not have 2 trains, and that's fine. Lawnmower did do an OE run, and that's always the challenge now, is you get the beautiful, that's a $140 spot there. It's soon going to be a $200 spot once somebody upgrades that to gray. So he can do a run up to there where none of it's upgraded to gray, or we can do a run over here where it is gray, and I think we're going to do that. We should be able to go from there for 1, Scotland for 2, Birmingham 3, London 4, and then we can hit New York for 5. And remember, now that gray is unlocked, every token counts as 2 C zones now. So a token in London cancels 2 C zones instead of just 1. So there's a lot of good magic that can happen here. So the problem is I actually have to do a 7+7 because I have the 1+1 upgrade, and the route's too small. So I got to think of something else here. I might not be able to squeeze America in, even though America is now worth 160. America has to be the start or the end of the route. And maybe I have to skip going up there. So I can hit America, go into London. Yeah. The other thing is I just do the Constantinople run, but that's still 1, 2, 3, 4. I can do 5. I can do 6, but none of it's going to be as bling as New York and London. I could go through the English Channel, and maybe that's what I'm going to have to do. So New York to London, and then through the English Channel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get to Berlin for 6. So I need a 7+7. I can add that green Y city down there for the 7th. It's not ideal. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Sometimes having these big trains is a burden. How can I get... Well, if I cut out New York, I can go from Norway through Scotland and easily get to Berlin that way. So that's what I'm going to do. It's not going to be ideal. The point is he's going to be buying his big city later. Okay, so the Norway spot is worth 120, which is a good bling. And then then it's 80 for Scotland, and then it's 80 for whatchamacallit, the Metropolis, one Birmingham, so that's 3. And then it's going to be 120 for London, so 4. And then 60 for Lille, 60 for Belgium, so that's, oh, I can bypass Belgium. So 60 for Lille, 60 for Hamburg, so 5, 6, and then 90 for Berlin for 7. So there we go, 610. Then I have to find 7 upgraded whistle stops. So can I do that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, easily. So plus 7 times 20 is a $75 company. That's not bad for one train. So $75 a share. So 75 times, what's lawnmower have? 6 for, so 450 for Wellington and 300 for Medici. So do I want a half cap? Oh, I hope I don't have to, but I'm not sure I can. But anyways, 450 for Wellington. So let me do that first, and then 300 for Medici. And now let's look at lawnmower's money. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600, 750. So he needs $100 to be able to buy the train he wants to buy. So that means he has to half cap. I'm just going to give the money back. So 450 from Wellington and 300 from Medici. He made 750 on his run. So if I divide that by 2, that's 375, and he needed 310. So he actually did make his number. So 375 gets added to this stack of doom. Okay, so he gets 375 added, and then from there, it's basically 37.5 per share. So 225 for Wellington and 150 for okay, well that's more than enough now. So this is 100, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 800. And 50. So that gives us a 4D for lawnmower, and that's a good bling. Lawnmower though is very low in money. He is going to pay 150 of his remaining money to get a Pullman. So it's about time to get a Pullman. So $15 goes to Bell. So I'm going to give $15 to Bell and get a Pullman from Bell. Okay, so lawnmower more than likely has his final trains for the game. He has a 6+6 and a 4D, and only like $125. So unless the player wants to half cap, which is a possible thing to do. And another tricky thing is, see here, we're going to get 3 runs at the end of the game. We're going to have the same thing happen that happened last time. Those leading companies are going to get it to the end and can't move anymore, and the companies that are behind them are going to catch up. So you could get very bold and withhold and actually lose, go backwards. And then basically you're going to withhold $750 run and then use that to buy some mega train. You could do that. But so here's the real math challenge for you is if you do that kind of withholding, you're not paying your shareholders, which is usually you. So you're not paying yourself. And so you're withholding a payment to yourself out of the possibility that the train you're going to buy is going to pay you so much more than upcoming rounds that it makes up for what you lost. And that's a very, very difficult math exercise. But anyways, having a 6 + 6 and a 4D is nothing to cry home about. So he's done. GWR is next. And I'm going to put this down so you can see. And GWR is going to do, as you guessed, it's going to upgrade Birmingham here. And for 4, and then the other Y city for 6. So we're going to get all of those upgraded. And the good news is there's no gray whistle stops. So the whistle stop thing can be painful. But it's not as painful now because now we only need to upgrade these gray cities. So get all that in. And that goes there. Okay, so GWR has, I think, the exact same train. No, he has a 5 + 5 and then a 2 + 2. So remember, the token counts as 2 sea zones now. So English Channel and Celtic Sea are both covered. There's one more sea zone for America. He has that Port Authority that gives him 2 more points. So his 2 + 2 can come from America to here, and his 5 + 5 can also come from America to here because he needs 1 extra point in both cases, and his Port Authority gives him 2 points. So he uses 1 point for the first train, 1 point for the second. He was never able to do that before. So that's a very beautiful thing. And so let's look at 1, 2. So I'm looking at New York, that for 2, that for 3. I can go into Scotland for 4 and then up there for 5. That is a doable run. But also bear in mind that GWR is down here. So we can go 1, 2, and then, hit something and end up in Berlin as well. I don't know what's better. I mean, obviously $140 is pretty good, but New York pays $160. New York pays more than Constantinople does right now. Actually, no. Constantinople's bonus is $100 now. So that's $180 there. So New York pays almost as much as Constantinople. Levant pays $120, which is as good as London. So those are 2 wonderful cities down there. I think the bottom line is we need to get another train for GWR so we can hit this up here and that down there. Moscow, by the way, is going to be a $100 city. I'm pretty sure it is. Yep, it is. So once Russia gets upgraded, there's going to be some nice bling over there too. So in order to do the 5 + 5 and end up all the way up there, he's going to have to put a token in Scotland. So a token for him is $60. I'm not sure he wants to do that. You know what? He's got enough money because he did that half cap last time and made like $500 and some. So we're gonna pay the $60. Get him a token up in Scotland so he can do a pretty magical run. So we're going to do the 2 + 2 train. So that's going to be 160 plus 120 plus 40 for the 2 whistle stops. Okay. Then we're going to do 160 again and 120 again. then 100 for 3, and then Scotland, which is 80 for 4, right? It's 80, yeah, for 4, and then it's 120 up in Norway for 5. And then I need to have 5 whistle stops. So let me see if I find them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only find 4. Yeah, I can only find 4. So that stinks. So 4 times 20. And that gives us a 98 share. That's pretty good. So the 2 train took the 2 whistle stops that were to the left of London. The 5 train landed in London and then hit that 1 brown whistle stop and then went up to Birmingham and then hit the double whistle stop and then the single and then boom, boom. So I couldn't figure out a way to get this whistle stop over to the left here. That would have worked, but I would have needed the 2 train to go one way and then the other one to go another. I just couldn't figure out how to do that. So anyways, long story short, I was 1 whistle stop short, and that's fine. I still was a $98 a share run. So 98 times 6. 588 for Mr. Wilmington, and 98 times 4. Sorry, 98 times 4. 392 for Medici. So let's get this straightened out. 5, 50, 75, 85, 6, 7, 8. And then what did we say? 392, 300, and I'm going to give them 400, and 5, 6, 7, $8 back. Okay, so their cash piles are definitely getting high, and then I'm just going to reach over to GWR's money here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $850. Gets him. So that's 800, and then it's 900, right? So I have a $50 surplus, and then I'm going to add another 100 because he's going to get a Pullman as well. So so then, as you can see, he's going to have about 150 and some change. He's not going to be that much different than lawnmower, but he is going to get a 4D, which is really amazing. Good for him. Okay, and then this goes to the bank. And we got to get a Pullman. So I'm just going to put you down. I got to give $15 to Bell and then grab a Pullman, because Bell gets $15 for every Pullman you buy. The Pullmans are going to be nice because they're going to add some nice cash to every run. And having a level 7 train means the Pullmans are going to add $70. So that's going to be $7 per share extra. And that $7 does make a difference. So we have 3 of the 7 trains bought. We need 1 more 7 train to be bought to unlock the 8 train. And if somebody buys an 8 train, the end game is triggered. So this is going very fast. So everybody's done, and now we move to SFAI. SFAI is also a private company, and so it has a 4+4 and a 6+6. SFAI is not able to buy a train. Let me think about this. When SFR went, was he supposed to buy? Yes, he was. So same situation. I forgot to buy the train with SFR. So I'm going to give him $175, but he's going to have 1 less train to run this round. And that makes total sense. So SFAI has a 6+6. We have, of course, an OE run to do. So that would be 1. and then 2, and then 3. Okay, 4. But then he has other stuff to do. So what I'm planning on doing is getting 5 and then Berlin for 6. Okay, so I'm going to do a run that goes through Paris and into Berlin, or he can go through Paris and into London. But anyway, he's going to spend 6 points, and one of them is going to be on Paris, because Paris stinks. It has stunk the whole game, but it finally becomes a $100, and you don't have any of this loop around or dead ends. So Paris is finally looking normal. So he can go into Paris and then out of Paris as part of his route and not be penalized. That's the big thing. And then we're going to just hit some Y City for his second upgrade. And this particular one is a very rare one, so there's only 3 of them in the game. So he'll hit that one. And okay, so that's his 6 track points. And so we're going to get 140 for Constantinople, or I'm sorry, 180 for Constantinople, because the bonus is bigger now. And it's still just an $80 stop. So 180 for Constantinople, 80 for the Marseille, 60 for the for this spot, and then 100 for Paris, and then 60 for Lille. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he has to do a 6 train, right? Yeah, and then 6th spot is going to be London for 120, since it's already upgraded. He could have gone to Berlin, but London's already upgraded, so why not use the upgraded number? So that's 600, and then he needs 6 whistle stops, so here's 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can only get 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I can only get 5. He could get 6 if he went through there and hit Berlin, but Berlin's not upgraded yet. So I guess he's going to have to just live with 5. So that's 100 more. So $70 a share. That's not bad at all. So 70 times SFAI, 2, 3, 4, 5, times 7. So 490 for Medici, and 210 for De Gaulle. So I'll try to position this so you can see it's not as easy with this camera. So 490, so I'm just going to give him 500, take back a 10, and then we said 210 for De Gaulle. And the stock does go up, and we got to see if he can buy a train. So I'm going to just set you down here. I'm going to move the stock up while I can. And then let's grab his stack of money. And he better be able to buy a train, otherwise he's half capping. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he doesn't have enough money. So he needed to get 280 for his run. He ended up getting 700. So we're just going to divide everything in half. So he would get another 350 to his money, and then Medici has to give 245 back, and De Gaulle has to give back 105. So everything's fine. We just had to take some money away from certain people. And so what did I say? That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $850. And then he barely has enough change to change his pants, but that's good. And he is buying the last required 7 train in the game, so he bought it. He wouldn't have been able to afford an 8 train, but he was able to afford a 7, so he did it. So this game is going to end fast. So anyways, that's done. SFAI moves up. He has a 4D now, so he's in great shape. And now it's BHB's turn. That's us. And we have only 1 train. We have a 5+5, as you can see here. We do have a nice stack of cash, so I'm very hopeful that we can buy what we want to buy. So 2, 4, 6, 8. Yes, we can buy what we want to buy. SFAI was not able to buy a Pullman, by the way. Nope. He had about 50 bucks. Okay, BHB has only a 5+5. So we're going to do some upgrades here. And one of them is going to be Constantinople. So we will get Constantinople upgraded. And the crazy thing about that is it does add another slot. So somebody else can come in. We don't have to worry because all of our companies are there. If there's anything we did right in this game, that was it. So that's 4 of his points. And then we get 2 more, and we're going to upgrade the Y city that his big mega bonus is on. And this is the one in Czechoslovakia for 6. And I was thinking maybe I should not upgrade Constantinople, and I should get all of the Y cities upgraded. And that might not be a bad idea, because I'm looking at how many... there's going to be quite a few companies that go before SB gets to go. So Bell's going to go, Plum, Chin, SFR. You know what? We're not going to upgrade Constantinople, even though that would give us more revenue. Constantinople, we're guaranteed somebody's going to do that. So it doesn't have to be us. And what we're going to do instead is spend 4 track points to take that green Y that you see there. This was the other Y, by the way. We upgraded that one. We're going to upgrade this one. Or should I upgrade Hamburg? We're going to upgrade this one. And so we're going to get our Y in here to help our government. Because every little bit helps there. Okay, so that's done. And our 5 train is, just going to move this back so you can see. 5 train is going to hit Levant for 1, and then Constantinople for 2, and then Vienna for 3, then our mega city for 4, and Berlin for 5. So, and then we get to add 5 times 20 in whistle stops, because that's what we have as a 5+5, yep. So that's 69 a share, not quite as good. 2, 3, 4, 5, we have 7. So we're gonna get $483. Gonna give $2 back. And then who else owns BHB? Trump is gonna get 138. And then Medici is getting 69. Okay, but we do have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's $1,000. and we're gonna buy a 5D. So we were able to pull it off, and that was our plan from the beginning, so I'm not too shocked there. So we did that. And then we also have enough money left over that we're gonna spend $100 and 10, 20, 30, 40, and 2 10s or 2 5s. We're gonna get a Pullman is what I'm trying to say. So we're gonna do that as well. And give me a second while I go grab the Pullman. Okay, so we're sitting on just a little over $100 in cash, but we have a 5D, a 5+5, and a Pullman. So we're going to be able to get some good runs going with that, and BHB goes up. So we move over here, BHB goes up, and then I'm going to move Bell up because I know they're going up too. Bell is next, and so 246 is going to be, he's going to help France get these Y cities going. So 246. So this one is one of the rare ones, so he has to get that in place. And then we want to get this one going. And this one. Now what's interesting is maybe he wanted to get Berlin upgraded, because Bell is in Berlin. Let's look at what Bell has. Bell has a 5+5 and a Pullman. So you know what? We're gonna upgrade Hamburg because that's gonna help Bell to get a better run. And okay, so with a 5+5, see, Bell is in Berlin. So technically speaking, he probably wanted to upgrade Berlin. He did spend 4 track points for those 2 Y cities over there. He wants to help his government too. So he's gonna let it go. I don't know who's gonna upgrade Berlin if he doesn't. But anyways, he's hurting his run by doing this. But he's gonna get that for, so 180 for Constantinople, plus 60 for that brown Y city, that's 2, plus 90 for Berlin for 3, plus 80 for Hamburger, that's 4. And he can actually go all the way into Paris from there for 100 for 5. And then 5 times 20 gets him to 610. He could easily have gotten 30 more bucks if he upgraded Berlin. And then actually he has a Pullman, so he needs to add 50 more. So he got $66 a share. He helped his government, but he hurt himself. I don't know which one's better, but we're at $66 a share. So for him, that is 66 times 7. He gets 462. So I'm going to give him a 500. 3, 4, 5. 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay. So he's paid. And then we got to look at Bell. Trump has 2 shares. So Trump gets 132. Okay. And then somebody has 1 share. Medici has 1 share, so he'll get 66. Okay, so I know you've been just staring at a blank thing, but here's the money situation over here. You can see there's a lot of money being piled up. And then the payouts for Bell, you can see there was 7 shares and then 2 and then 1. Okay, so we got to go look at the Bell situation. He's definitely buying a train, and you can see that big stack of money over there. So I'm going to go grab that and bring it over, and let's figure out what Bell is getting. Okay. Let's just... All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, 900, 1,000. So he can buy a 5D, and he certainly will. So then the question becomes is, can he get a Pullman? So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, that's 100, 25, 35, 45. Oh, he already has a Pullman, never mind. He doesn't need to buy another Pullman. So he can't buy 2 Pullmans. So Bell was able to get a 4D or 5D. Okay, so endgame trigger. As we mentioned, has already happened. But if the endgame triggers here, you do 1 more stock round, or 1 more of this, then the stock round, and then you have a double blitz. Where the first of the double blitz, you can still lay track. Okay? So basically, you get to do 3 more operating rounds with 1 stock round. But since we triggered the end in the second operating round, we're going to do a stock round, and then another full operating round, so operating round 1, and then we double blitz for operating round 2. So no matter what, there's always 3 more operating rounds. It's just we're going to get 1 more stock round first, and then we get another full operating round, and then we do a double blitz. Okay? I believe that the double blitz is no track lay. So no matter what, you only get 1 more time. Well, let me think about this. I can look it up, but for sure during the double blitz, you don't get to do a track lay during the second half of the double blitz. So you're basically just running twice. So I think you get to lay track 2 times, basically. So we're going to finish this round up, and some gray tiles are definitely going to get laid out. We get to do a stock round, and here's what's crazy. There's only 1 player who is at his cert limit. And we've already triggered the end game. That's rare. Usually people hit their cert limit long before we trigger the end game. So it's a weird game. Very weird game. Okay, Plum is next. And then after Plum is Chin. So it's the De Gaulle hour. Plum is the French national. So Plum is going to get that Y city that wasn't taken already. So that's 2. And then he has other upgrades he can do. And I'm going to look at Plum's. Plum has a 9, no. It's a 10 plus 10 situation for Plum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He only has 8 $20 whistle stops, so he needs to get 2 more. And as far as gray cities go, he's got a long way to go. So he has a lot of upgrades to do. The whistle stops, of course, give him an extra $10, so do the cities. He did the biggest upgrades he could do, which are the Ys. And so he has 7 track points left. So let's get some gray cities out. So he's going to go 2, 4, 6. We're going to go after the gray cities first. Largely because those are $20 upgrades. Right? Because it's $40 and then it becomes $60, whereas these only become $10 upgrades. The yellow to green is only a $10 upgrade, but green to brown is a $10 upgrade, and yellow to green is a $10, but brown to gray is the big mega. So getting the gray cities out is more important than the brown whistle stops. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so he has a 10 plus 10. So I know you can't see it on your camera, but Algiers, France is $100. So that's the one red zone he has for 100. Paris is 100. And then he has 1, 2, 3, 4 Y cities at 80 each. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? He needs 4 more. And we upgraded 3 of them. So 7, 8, 9, and then he's going to have to settle for, he doesn't even have, he has a brown one here. So that one's for 40, for 10. And then for the brown whistle stops, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. So 8 times 20, and he does have at least 2 other ones. And then, of course, he has a Pullman, which will give him 40 more. That's a $96 government run. That's good bling. So 96 times 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He gets $576. So well done. So 5, 50, 75, 6. That's for De Gaulle. You know, De Gaulle of him to do that. No, bad pun. Okay, so somebody else has a share. Who's brown? That's Tchaikovsky. He has a share, so he's going to get $96. I'm just going to give him 100. Take $4 back. Okay, so I don't think anybody else has Plum. No, they don't. So Plum is done, and he goes up. So next is Chin, and he's also going to go up. So I moved him up. And Chin is another De Gaulle company. Chin has a 4 plus 4 and a 6 plus 6. And I can tell you with certainty that the 4 plus 4s are gone. I forgot about that. Hold on. Let's time out a second. When that 8 train was bought, we were supposed to melt all the 4s in the game. So, yeah, all the 4s are gone when the 8 train was bought. So, yeah, I apologize. I gotta figure this out real quick. Okay, so I'm okay. He's okay. I mean, that's a government. But the 4 train for Chin goes away. And both of these are governments. They're fine. The only one that had a 4 train that was not a government was Chin. And I think de Gaulle wanted to buy it, but he just never had a chance to take his government turn, right? So this one goes away, and there was a chance for companies to go government if they wanted. It's a very poor thing to do. When the 8 train's bought and you're going government right at that moment, that means you're losing the game. Or your company's in such a sorry state that you can't buy one of these mega trains. I mean, it does happen, but it's not a good thing. So nobody should voluntarily want to be a government right now if they can afford trains. And even though he has a 6+6, he should still stay non-government. So even if he can't afford another one, and he might not be able to afford another one. So let's do Chin's turn. So the good news is there wasn't much I had to do. So I apologize for missing that. Chin could choose to go last because he's the C company, and I've been forgetting about that too. I also remembered that Trump has his central circle, and that might be very useful when Mitty takes his turn in the future. So, in fact, Trump's going to use it right now. Mitty is going to do this central circle, and what it's going to do is he's going to put it on Constantinople, so he can go through Constantinople. And then, of course, he's going to put this on Mitty. Okay. Now let's get to Chin. Chin has 200. And these are really small change, aren't they? 200. He has like 350 bucks plus some change. He does not have to buy an 8 train. He can still buy a 7 train. The cheapest 7 being $700, the 4D being $850. So I think the cheapest is $750. So he may have to half cap. That's what we're figuring out. He can do a 6+6. So Chin can go from Constantinople all the way up. How did Chin? Oh, Chin did his OE runs through Spain. I see. Does he still want to do that? One. No, he's got a 6+6. He wants to go through London. So see London there? So that would be 1, 2. He can go around Belgium if he wants to. Hamburg would be 3. He has to be able to skip Berlin. He would hit there for 4, and then he would hit this for 5. So he can add Belgium for 6. Or he could even go 1, 2, and then hit Paris, and then if he could figure out a way to get around, he could actually somehow incorporate Paris. But his bigger challenge is he has to be able to bypass Berlin, and that's doable. So we just have to spend 4 of his track points to do that. And you can see that done right here. So, what's the other one he needs? He needs that one right there. Okay, so that's doable. That was 4 of his points, and he still has 2 more. Unfortunately, with the 2 more, he can't bypass or do the Paris loop around thing that he wanted to do. Not quite as elegantly as he would like. Oh, yes, he can, actually. So look at this. No, he can't. He can't. Never mind. There's a city in the way. So what I was looking at is there's this little blank spot here. He could go to there and then into Paris and then around. That works great, but now he's got to count that $60 city in the loop. So that $60 city is $20 less than Belgium, although Paris is $20 more than Belgium. So it's a net gain of 0. So he has 2 more track points, and I know it's helping Russia, but he's going to put a Y city here in Warsaw because that helps him with his route. And it makes sense for him to do. So that's done. So now we're going to get Constantinople for 180. That's 1. And then 80 for Warsaw is 2. Then we're going to bypass Berlin and hit Hamburg for 80 for 3. And then Belgium for 80 for 4. And then Lille for 80 for 5. And then London for 120 for 6. Okay, and then we got to see, do we have whistle stops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, easily. So 6 times 20 in whistle stops. And does he have... This is Chin. He doesn't have a Pullman. So he gets a $74 run. So 74 times... Oh, never mind. He needs the half cap. We already agreed to that. So 740 divided by 2. He's going to get $370 added to his pool. 350, 60, 70. So we add 370 to his money. And then 37 a share times 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 259 for De Gaulle. Then 37 for Da Vinci and 74 for Wellington. Okay, so just going to give Wellington 75. Give $1 back. Let's make it so you can see. So then we need to give 37. $37 to Medici, and then we need $259 for De Gaulle, and we'll give $1 back. Okay, so back to this. Chin wanted to buy a train, and I think he can now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, $500. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is $600. This is $700. Oh, come on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 25, 35, 45, 50. That's $750. All right, so here's what hurts about it. For $750, he can buy a 7 plus 7. And you might be thinking, well, what's wrong with that? Well, on the surface, nothing's wrong with it. It's just that he now has to figure out a 7 plus 7 route and then another 6 plus 6 route without having tracks overlap with each other. That's really hard to do. But that's his challenge, and he's going to have to accept it because he needs another $100 to make it a D. And he didn't have another $100. So if he would have been able to sell that 4 train to the government, he would have had enough, but he wasn't able to. Now, having a 7 plus 7 and a 6 plus 6 is still going to net him some good money. It's just that I think what we're going to find is that the 6 plus 6 is not going to be able to get him as much money as he thought. So what Chin's going to have to do is maybe put a token over there, and I'm looking to see if he has the money, and he does. So I'm going to pay the money right now and just get that done. He still had the ability to place a $20 token. So by Chin being here in Portugal, he can hit America without needing any extra C-zone points. So he can do 1, 2, and then 3, and then 4, right? And then he can go through the sea to 5, and then loop around to something. We don't know what. But he can hit this C zone, and then this C zone goes actually all the way through, right? Yes. So he can come through this C zone and actually see this port, and he can land here and hit this or something over here. And in fact, he can go 2 C zones and hit this here. So America 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He still needs one more. You see how crazy this gets? So he could try to hit this city, which isn't even connected. But we could try to like squeeze something in, but that's his challenge that he has to figure out. It's a very tough challenge. He can also leave here and then land through, oh, see, there's no port here. There was, but remember we reversed it. So he could land here. There's a public port. So you can land here and head that way, or you can land here and then start heading up that way and hit that in Paris. So we can do it. It's just that you have to be super creative. And I just explained all of it, and watch when it's his turn. Next time I'll forget all this. So Plum and Chin is done. We move them up, and next up is SFR. And SFR is a government who needs a lot of help. So SFR has a 4-8, it's an 11 plus 11, and you can see that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the red zone for 7, and then this would be 8, but he needs 3 more cities. And this is a very difficult situation for him because he has to lay a lot of track. So, and then none of it's going to be gray. So let's get started. This is 1, and then this would be 2. Okay, so he's able to get, I think all of his cities are covered now, and then it's just a matter of making them gray. And so he does want to get so these are 3 Y cities. So he spent 2. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8. Because that needs to be done too. He doesn't want to miss out on that. So that's 8. And then he gets to lay one more track, and he could do this so he can hit that. Okay, so I'm sitting in an hour. I'm going to go ahead and end the video, and I will get them calculated up off camera, and I'll notify you of the payout when I start back up. Thank you.